The Krampus by Stephen Gracia. On a dark and snowy winter's night is a cliched way to begin our story, but Christmas tales all start a bit trite and go dark for the heart or commercial for glory. We'll strive for the former and say fuck the latter. It's the laughs and the shocks and the lessons that matter. Brooklyn's the place, and now is the time, and the booze, it will flow, and the filth may yet rhyme. A bar with your friends on a cold Christmas Eve is a pause in the panic, a gentle reprieve. A night for a family, not of chance, but of choice, when stories unheard at last find their voice. There are characters here who've not traveled far to enjoy some rare peace at this neighborhood bar. But we're not together. We can't be in the same room. And so this is a reading filmed on a Zoom. A curious sounding word, one that means fast. A comic book word that should follow the flash. A Seussian word that should represent whimsy instead of this COVID nightmare of misery. This year, where we've lost those we love and adore, thank fuck in 2 weeks we show 2020 the door. This rough little play, for us, became a tradition. It's a stocking stuffed with bile and derision. Metal riffs, dick jokes, and cathartic revelations, tender ballads, true love, and all trespasses forgiven. We don't do this play to kick Christmas in the balls. We performed it in bars and a loft and even church halls. We perform it as friends who've become family, to audiences who join in the love and camaraderie. And we hope that you'll join our family too, unless you're under 18, then this isn't for you. Now, pour yourself something to chase away the chill and come meet our characters full of joy and goodwill. Like Dylan, alone for the first time in years.
Thanks for fucking reminding me, asshole.
And grasping and clinging to a last thread of cheer. There's Eric, the bartender, a man who works nights, and so finds himself here, drunk, with delight.
I'd say 60-40 whiskey to delight.
Jane's a young woman who cries bitter tears.
Go fuck yourself.
For a commercialized holiday she once held so dear. Her ex-girlfriend, Diane, is a bit less intense, and no one's quite sure why their relationship's past tense.
Wow, that's not really any of your business now, is it?
This drunken defensiveness is wearing quite thin. I expect better manners from their best friend, Kevin.
I happen to think that making fun of the narrator is insufferably meta.
Doug and Rebecca are young newlyweds. They play in a band and are true metalheads.
I can tell you why Megadeth's better than Metallica, Priest's better than Maiden, and why you suck because Godflesh saved metal while you weren't looking.
When she referred to the moment Napalm Death started writing songs that were longer than 20 seconds as the day the music died, I knew I was in love.
A heartwarming play of lives in transition. Oh, this isn't that. For the Krampus is listening and plotting and dreaming of the punishment he's bringing to bad little boys and bad little girls and everyone else who's been fucked by the world and everyone else with stories to tell on Christmas Eve night while we're drunk half to hell.
Hey, Kevin, why don't you sing us a song?
Kevin, yes!
It's too early and I am not drunk enough. Nope.
Be that as it may, the speakers are busted and I'm itching for a little melody.
I am not your fucking iPod.
No, you're my satellite radio. So start singing and I'll scan through until I find something. that I like.
Whatever you sing, please spare us the endless goddamn Christmas carols.
Well, aren't we the fucking Grinch? You've got no goddamn spirit.
That's coming from a man working on Christmas Eve.
A man working on Christmas Eve, what? I love working Christmas Eve. I'm guaranteed company. I'm drunk by midnight. We sing songs. If Kevin stops being a fucking prima donna about it,
Fuck you.
and I wake up tomorrow hungover and happy.
Yeah, but you're not sick of the carols?
Some, the silly ones, Frosty, and the one about the donkey.
But that's not a carol. That's an offensive stereotype.
You Italians are so weird about that song. You love it, or it's a pox on your culture.
No, pox. Definitely a pox.
Anyway, I still like most of them. I hear Little Drummer Boy and it stops me.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And all the newer classics, Father Christmas, Fairy Tale of New York, Christmas in Hollis.
But do those count?
Hell yeah, they count. Look around, boys and girls. We're the adults now. Oldie stations are programmed for us.
That's a grim assessment.
You gotta own it. I own it. God damn it, Kevin. Sing us a song.
Save the cold and windy nights for a winter's holiday, when fires burn to lend a light to dark rooms that grieve the day. Oh, these long winter days, me in your arms, charmed by your ways. Oh, the cold you kept at bay, warm is your smile as the sun's summer rays. For in our home those hours spent, resplendent in your company, where every hour that came and went was a holy Christmas day.
That was beautiful.
Your next one's on me. Come and get it.
What song was that?
It's called The Long Winter's Days.
Resplendent isn't a lyric you hear often.
What's the Latin root?
Resplendre, to glitter with force. And that's my New Year's resolution, motherfuckers, to always forcefully glitter.
Why the fuck do you know Latin?
We're metalheads.
Yeah, and it's a short walk from Sabbath and Maiden to medieval history and Latin roots.
And a short walk from Judas Priest to leather bars and sadomasochism.
Hey, it's not all research and conjugation. Some things are just for fun.
Is that a family song?
Yeah, my grandfather used to sing it every Christmas. When he died, I took it over, singing it. I never sang it outside the family home, now that I think about it.
And you did it for us? Well, now I'm really touched.
Top shelf liquor touched?
Ask me again later.
Oh, it's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, I'm a real Scrooge. Say, how many of you are late settling your monthly tabs?
Like I said, Eric's a great man.
The best.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, you cheap fucks.
Oh, aren't we the Christmas grumpus?
I told you before, I'm soaked in Christmas cheer and full of candied bits of Christmas joy.
Like a fruitcake?
Like a fruitcake.
Nobody wants to be the fruitcake.
I do, Jane. I do. I want to be the fruitcake.
I'm sure there's a metaphor in there somewhere. I just don't know what it is.
Oh, you'll figure it out.
Nope, I don't think I will.
Sunk like a stone or a brick of tradition, memories born in a hot, crowded kitchen. The tastes we acquire for special occasions are for the rest of the year violent revulsions. We return and we turn time and again to a house not a home, to family, not friends. And we mix dread with hope because we're sentimental at heart. Because imagined obligations always beget bad decisions. And we test the truth of how far we've come by going back to the start.
Is anybody going home this year? What about you, Kev? Don't you usually get bullied into traveling?
Yeah, well, that's a tricky proposition this year. My dad and his new wife are in Arizona. My mom's still in Buffalo. My sister's in Detroit, and my brother's still overseas. If I go to one, the other three will be furious and hurt. So, I find it best to not make movements in any direction whatsoever. No, seriously, I'm like a small woodland creature. If I remain perfectly still, the hawks won't get me.
That sounds incredibly stressful.
No, not really. You just need to plan, right? You have to map out the holidays and birthdays and find the weekends between things. Like say right between Labor Day and Thanksgiving or Christmas and my dad's birthday, and go for a visit so as to not arouse suspicion and jealousy. Once you get that all figured out, you live guilt-free and you get to spend the holidays the way you want.
Drunk?
Actually, more sober than I'd be than any in any one of their homes. No, believe me.
That's a hell of a loophole you found.
Yeah, I know it's pretty great. You usually have to wait until you have your a family of your own, but before you can claim the holidays.
Speaking of families, isn't this Doug and Rebecca's first Christmas as a married couple?
It is, Diane.
And how's married life treating you?
Same as living together life.
Thanks, honey.
Same as in just as wonderful. But getting married makes you think about family in a different way.
And ritual.
Yeah, ritual. That's a tricky thing.
Finding the balance.
Between what's expected of you and what you want.
What you need to make it special for you and what you're willing to compromise on.
I thought it was a beautiful ceremony.
Me too.
I cried. What? I'm Irish. Fuck you. We cry at weddings and fight at wakes.
What did you guys compromise on?
We wanted to paint our faces Nordic black metal style.
I settled for getting a green streak in my hair.
I made my best attempt at an Anton LaVey goatee.
We had to put a playlist together with the old folks in mind.
Yeah, it couldn't be all Venom and Darkthrone.
Couldn't be any of that.
We did manage to slip in Ace of Spades by Motorhead.
Yeah, Metallica's Enter Sandman, right? Could have worked too. Enter Sandman.
That song doesn't exist.
But
it doesn't
It
exist.
doesn't exist.
okay, fine. Sorry.
You broke a cardinal rule. Do not speak of the Black Album to metalheads, for it is a forbidden object, a cursed thing, a secret shame when they listen to Unforgiven, all alone, in the dark, with the doors bolted and the shades drawn.
You can't prove we do that.
So, anyway, I find that it's easy enough, really, to bend a ritual to your will. You slip in things that no one will notice.
Such as?
We pulled our wedding vows straight out of the writings of Aleister Crowley.
Really?
Yep. The great beast, the premier occultist of the 20th century. He wrote some beautiful shit.
Love is the law.
Every man and every woman is a star.
We also got to enter the reception to Judas Priest's Love Bites.
That was pretty great.
So you took the piss out of the whole thing. Fucking fantastic.
No, we were sincere in everything we did. That's how you transform a ritual, Dylan. It's not a joke. They're powerful for a reason. We just made it our own.
The best of our abilities. It's a ritual. It's a communal thing, so you have to balance the expectations of the community with what's important to you. We weren't mocking anything. It wasn't snide. The broad strokes were for the families. We kept the devil in the details.
Jesus, Dylan, how bad was your breakup?
What do you mean?
Well, you wanted them to say fuck marriage.
Yeah, I'm a bitter asshole, but even I want them to be happy. What the fuck happened with Maria and you?
She dumped me.
Yeah, we know, but we don't know why.
She called me profoundly unhappy.
At least she said you were profound.
Well, aren't you just a glass half full motherfucker?
It's a survival technique.
She said she couldn't bear to spend another holiday season with me, that I killed the joy of the season.
I can't believe that.
Neither can I. I mean, kill the season. I bought so many Christmas lights. Sure, she wanted the color ones, and I bought the white ones, but they're classier, you know? A huge fight, but I won.
Yeah, that's something you want to fight about.
It is. Aesthetics matter.
You know, we've fought over aesthetics.
You haven't broken up over them, though.
We didn't break up over aesthetics. We broke up because, in her words, I am the family in the metamorphosis.
Family in the metamorphosis?
That's what you said?
Yeah, see, I don't know what that means.
In Kafka's Metamorphosis, Gregor Samsa turns into a bug physically, but his family members are really the bugs. They're the swarm that descends on Gregor to devour and dehumanize him.
So that's you?
Apparently.
And I told you not to date a critical theory major.
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah, those bitches will fuck your shit up.
For 2 months, every morning when I wake up, she'd be next to me, legs and arms in the air, saying, as Maria Samsa awoke one morning from uneasy dreams, she found herself transformed in her bed into a gigantic bug.
Well, that's one way to kill morning wood.
Unless you're into that sort of thing.
Fucking bugs? That cannot be a thing.
Sure, could.
Physics, biology, and the laws of man and God render it an impossibility.
I'm not suggesting you can do it as such. What I am suggesting is that, look, there's a rule, right, on the internet, Rule 34, and it states that if you can imagine it, there's porn of it. So I'm saying that if you can imagine fucking a bug, then there has been porn created about it. Someone has written about it. Someone has dressed up as a big bug and gotten fucked. That's what I'm saying.
What a strange and wonderful world we live in.
Well, now I know what I want for Christmas.
If there's a Christmas list out there with bug porn on it, I don't think I want to see the rest of that list.
Santa, don't judge, man.
Saint Nick ain't above a little strange.
From Kafka to Bukkake, the conversation turned. From peppermint sticks to thick, veiny dicks, much was discussed and much was learned. For a night when our Savior is laid to sleep in a manger is the perfect night to tell Kevin he can log on to Grindr to have sex with a stranger.
How did I not know about this?
You spend too much time searching for bug porn?
Yeah. Clearly, the problem is that I mostly hang out with straight people. That's why I don't know about this internet fuck palace.
Excuse me.
Huh? No, lesbians don't count.
What the shit, Kevin?
Well, our tribes have different customs. That's all I meant.
We fuck.
Not like we fuck.
Excuse me. Can you get off the... I get that we are friends and we're drunk and there will be tangents, but since we've gone from my heartbreak to bug porn to an anonymous gay hookup webs...
I feel like bug porn should have been the topper in that conversation.
Can we perhaps work our way back to me and my miserable fucking life?
Oh, sure. What the hell? It's Christmas.
It is Christmas. And let me say, it's widely thought that Valentine's Day is hell on the singles, but I'd like to make the case that Christmas is way worse.
How so?
Stockings hung in 2s and 4s. Santa and Mrs. Claus. Frosty's here to marry you. Elvis sings of Christmas blues. It's hard to be solo when you see the first snow fall. Blankets are big enough for 2. Candy canes tied in a bow, berries and leaves in a mistletoe. If you're alone on Christmas, the problem's you. If no one will love you on Christmas, no one will love you through the year. All things in pairs, all hands in hands. You reach for hers, but she's not here. The unlovable under the mistletoe wants a kiss but deserves sorrow. If you're alone on Christmas, if you're alone on Christmas, if you're alone on Christmas, the problem's you.
Urban, for the single people, on the house, now. You are poisonous, man.
According to her last text message.
Is anybody happy this year?
We're happy.
Yeah. I mean, achievable happiness. Something single people can relate to.
I'm happy.
Really?
Has something thawed Jane's Christmas hating heart?
Shut the fuck up. I love goddamn Christmas.
Oh, clearly.
Ha fucking ha. Seriously, I get all weepy and syrupy sweet at Christmas.
It's true. She was always a big mush when we decorate the tree.
What's a treat?
I mean, who has room for a tree in their Brooklyn apartment? So we'd buy a wreath and decorate that.
Sounds adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some good times.
See? I just hate carols. I hate hearing the same 10 songs over and over again. And I mean, Jesus Christ, since just after Halloween this year.
Granted, it started a bit early.
I'm just sick of being stuck in another generation's nostalgia trip. I want something of my own, you know? My own traditions, my own songs.
Well, things change. Playlists get updated. Every year there's a ton of new pop singers and they each put out a Christmas album.
I'm talking about shit with heart, Eric, and you know it. Not pop interpretations of the same old garbage. You named like 3 decent, non-traditional carols, right? Well, I can't think of any more. What else do you hear on the radio that's not the same old shit?
Christmas Baby Please Come Home, the U2 version.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Sparte Vidor by Enslaved.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's not a Christmas song.
It's Norwegian black metal and it's about an eternal winter.
That doesn't count.
It's close enough.
Not nearly.
Fucking purists.
Okay, then Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight by the Ramones.
They never play that, Doug.
Sure they do.
No, I'm not talking about some alternative radio station. I'm talking about the shit you hear when you're shopping. That's Christmas. That's Christmas music. That goes unchanged.
That's a fair point, actually.
Thank you.
But I just don't understand why you're so obsessed. Why you're letting a few shitty songs ruin the whole season.
I'm just feeling my age this season is all. And I'm waiting for it to be our Christmas with our values and our traditions.
I think this is a tradition. A group of friends in a bar on Christmas Eve. It's not what our parents did.
No, they drank at home.
A fire is lit. There's a smile, a laugh, hands that close around a glass. There's a knock at the door, and the carolers are here, shaking snow from their hair and bringing tidings of cheer. These scenes of such joy can only appear on greeting cards hung on a string in the air. Like a book on a shelf that no one has read. Like memories of moments when no tears were shed. We build the past from scraps of the fictions we saw on TV and in movies and on those old greeting cards.
Anyone got another song?
I got one.
Seriously?
No, not seriously at all. Do you want to hear it?
You think? Diane, can you make this my Christmas present?
Okay.
Ooh, this-
All right. All right, here we go. Tom Buggins was a Christmas elf, drank Rudolph's piss for better health. His penis glows with unearthly light. He guides the girls to his house at night. Oh, Tom, they say now you're so bright. You fill our stockings with delight. Nail me in bed and again in the hearth. And this Christmas night we'll circle the earth. Ho, 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 ho. On Christmas Eve, the work was done. Tom was hot for some Christmas fun. Wooed Cindy Kane, who's one banging elf, and old Mrs. Claus, who's still quite a melf. Tangled in stockings, they raised such a roar, moaning and groaning from mountain to shore. Pricked up the ears of good old Saint Nick, guiding him home by the tip of his prick. Ho, 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 ho. Santa cried, my God, my wife, as he burst through the door. Tom did dearly fear for his life as he gazed up from the floor, from beneath a pile of legs and arms and gaping mouths galore. He said, relax, Santa baby. I know you get crazy. Your voyeuristic tendency jabs with my philosophy. We're all of us nice, but we're all playing naughty. So grab hold of your package, the old milk and cookies, as I enter Miss Claus through her dirty old chimney.
That was awesome.
Oh, it's like the Christmas morning that I got the Millennium Falcon. It's like that, but somehow just so much better.
Come and get your drink. And it's top shelf for you, honey.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, now, even I'll admit that song went a bit too far. You got images in your head you couldn't remove with a crowbar. A glowing elf penis. And Mrs. Claus on all fours with the thrusting and moaning. And now I'm doing the ruining, the blaspheming, the swearing. But a filthy song is infectious and wonderful and rude. Besides, they're fictional characters, so don't be a prude.
Now, this is really working for me.
What is?
This, the new tradition, the new songs. I want to fuck all of you guys right now.
Oh, I am not comfortable with that new tradition.
I am.
Me too.
A warm, Christmas jammy, cuddle puddle group fuck. Come on, who's in?
Oh, dear God, please promise me you'll never use those words in a sentence together again. Oh.
Fuck that. I'm embroidering it on a throw pillow and it's going right up on Etsy. Wishing you and yours a warm Christmas jammy cuddle puddle group fuck. Now tell me that shit won't sell.
No, it's the and yours that makes it truly creepy.
Right. Yes, I see that now. Just you then.
I think that's for the best.
Why did you two break up anyway? What? I can tell my story of despair and loneliness, but theirs is off limits. I mean, if it's none of my business, fine, that's fine. Tell me to fuck off. But I can ask the goddamn question. Ah,
I'm all right talking about it.
There's just, I mean, there's not every story is worth telling.
was it, what do they call it? Lesbian sex death? No, lesbian bed death. Did you guys get too domestic too quickly and then the passion died?
No, that shit's a
Then-
myth.
Uh,
What?
we had trouble, connecting in a lot of ways. Will you agree with that?
Yes. Grudgingly.
It's not always Sturm and Drang, Dylan. Not always drama. Not always I'm turning into a bug. Sometimes it's just one of you comes home and the other one's bags are packed. And there's no yelling, no throwing shit. Just a soft resolution to your lowered expectations. Sometimes she'll even help you load your shit into the elevator.
Sometimes you're stunned into silence when faced with the proof that you are profoundly unlovable.
And sometimes prophecies are self-fulfilling.
Is that what you wanted to hear?
Honestly, no. I was hoping whatever it was fixable.
Really?
I may be a drunken, miserable wretch over here, but I still want to believe in love, Diane.
Holy fuck. Does anyone have a song? Something to lift us out of this.
Rebecca and I have a Christmas band thing happening.
Really?
Yep.
A Christmas black metal band.
Doom metal, but yeah, it's just Doug and I, since everyone else is out of town most of December and January. And we figured why not do a fun holiday metal thing, a guitar and drums, slow, down-tuned Christmas thing.
Okay. That'll work. We'll never be able to understand the lyrics anyway.
Do you have a name?
Yeah. The Krampus.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Isn't it just?
Figures you'd like it, Grinch.
I am shocked that that name wasn't already taken.
Us too, but it's not. We Googled the hell out of it.
I am not the fucking Grinch. Fuck you and fuck every Who down in Whoville because me and my dog are just sick of your insipid fucking carols. Do you have any idea the way that shit echoes up the mountain? Christ, it's booming. The lights are nice and snow is nice, but god damn it, can't we dial down the sheer noise of it all?
Takes a lot of pure Christmas hatred to make a hero out of the Grinch.
Not a hero as such, just sympathetic.
You know, the Grinch is a derivation of the Krampus.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Seuss took the legend as inspiration, furry, goblin-like character, and spun it into the Grinch story.
Really?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Sounds good, doesn't it? Plus, I sold it with a tone of confidence in my voice.
Sorry. I feel like an idiot. What's a Krampus?
It's this creature that rode with Santa on Christmas Eve to beat up kids.
He punished the bad children and Santa rewarded the good ones. He was a demonic looking guy with black fur, horns, and a long forked tongue.
Oh, yeah. He was Blackbeard in my house.
The pirate?
Yeah.
You had a pirate visit you on Christmas Eve? Like on land? That seems crazy.
A really, really terrifying pirate. Yeah. A monstrous, hairy pirate that beat children. Are we really going to have an argument about whose boogeyman is more ridiculous? Blackbeard, who actually murdered people, or some Grinch-looking fucker named the Krampus?
Fair enough.
They said his name. It calls him forth from the heart of hell in the frigid north. For evil, you see, is not flame, not fire. It's the cold in your bones, and its omens are dire. The silence that falls between lovers in bed. A heart that is broken and drunken and dead. An ache that you're unwanted, unloved and alone, foretells his arrival, a fate to bemoan.
Does it seem weird that all of us here know the story of the Krampus?
Well, maybe that's because he's real.
I've been a real cunt this year, so I'm guaranteed a beating tonight.
Probably not. And since you hate Christmas, the Krampus will see you as a kindred spirit.
No, the Krampus loves Christmas. That's why he fucks up all the bad children who defile it.
I love Christmas and hate kids. Maybe I'm the Krampus.
Well, you certainly have the tongue for it.
Whoa, too far.
Personally, I don't think it went far enough.
Hey, we are not torn for you.
Then consider it a Christmas bonus for the working man on Christmas Eve.
That would make up for a lot of shitty childhood Christmases.
Okay. I may love Christmas, but there's only so far I'll go toward helping you fill your socks with Mary.
Stockings.
Whatever. I know what boys do.
I think we've succeeded in completely desecrating Christmas.
I wouldn't say completely.
We haven't hit the ceiling.
There's still room for growth.
We've got all night.
Okay, all right. Wait, so did Blackbeard visit you every night? Or was he the captain of the SS Bad Touch? Was Blackbeard really just your name for some syphilitic sailor shaft all overgrown with dark, matted pubic hair and not a lot of manscaping happening on the high seas, I'm afraid?
Okay. We may have taken that joke as far as it can go. It's best to just leave it alone. Okay.
Good plan. Better to just end it on that fine bit of alliteration.
Oh, thank you.
If you ever do another Christmas song, I think you've got your subject.
Wait a minute. I've got this one. Blackbeard limps along with his syphilitic sailor dong, hanging low between his knees, swaying slowly in the breeze. Be quick, be brave, take time to grieve. He's fucking his way through Christmas Eve with a beard that flows beneath a wicked pirate nose, wet and slick with foreign rain, decorated with old candy canes. Blackbeard has come to fuck your ass. A belaying pin for the lower class. A walking stick for the upper crust, announcing his presence with an upward thrust. In Christmas Eve, he enters town. He throws his bloody anchor down. He works his cock. He makes his rounds. The naughty boys don't make a sound. For fear of the Christmas push and pound that comes from the shadows where Blackbeard is found. Something like that.
Yeah, but a bit less anally fixated.
Anally fixated enough for a free drink. God damn, that was a hell of a rhyme scheme.
Thank you.
See, you don't hate Christmas songs.
It's less about not hating Christmas and more about being a theater dyke who really loves a little cabaret.
That was a lot of cock for a dyke.
I am not my characters.
So, Dylan, was that even close to accurate?
Again, not as sexually violent, but still a very demonic pirate. And I guess Krampus like,
How does a pirate get down a chimney?
Really? You're going to pull at that thread? The logic of anybody coming down a chimney.
Right. Sorry.
he didn't come down the chimney. He came in through the window.
And what would he do to the bad children?
Keel haul them.
See, I've heard that phrase, but I have no idea what it means.
It means to affix chains to a man and drag him across the underside of a boat from bow to stern.
Jesus Christ. Why do you know that?
I was in a pirate metal band for a while. You pick things up.
God damn it, but I do love a good music subcategory. Pirate metal, you say?
It is exactly what you think it is.
Awesome.
So the threat was to chain you beneath a boat?
For me, it was the underside of the bed.
That makes sense.
I had a similar story growing up.
What was yours?
The Krampus would put me in the sack.
Oh God, that sack.
My parents would show me the pictures, the ones that had the kids peering out over the top of the sack. Scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, but beneath them, like in the bottom of the sack, where like that's where like the truly terrible kids were. And beneath those kids in the dark, the smell of must and mold and warm leather under the feet of the kids that were terrible. Well, but not as terrible as me. That's where the worst of the worst were, at the bottom, where shit gets real.
Fucking horrible.
Well, when you ruin Christmas Eve for everyone, you get what you deserve.
Songs then. Anyone got a song to lift us out of that story?
We can do one of ours.
Oh, you can? Would doom metal even work a cappella?
Sure. We got kind of a droney thing going on, so it's kind of chanty.
Oh, chanty. That sounds appealing.
You know what genre would work a cappella? Pirate metal. You know why?
Why?
Because it's a bit shanty.
Oh, my.
You are fucking lucky you control the booze.
Oh, I know it.
Do you want to hear it or not?
Yeah, let her rip.
Okay, this is called The Krampus Descends. Darkest night.
The moon climbs high and conquers light.
Heilig Rabe.
Christmas arrives and so descends.
How does the moon conquer light?
Yeah, it should be day instead of light, but we can't get the rhyme right.
How about darkness reigns as the first line, and then you can use day in the second?
Yeah, but we prefer to use true rhymes.
Oh, well, aren't we the Stephen fucking Sondheim of doom metal?
I gotta have standards, man. Otherwise, the degree in music theory is useless.
Yeah, it's your standards that keep it useful.
Fuck you, Eric.
Oh, what can frighten thee, children tucked in bed? This holy night will see visions in your head of dancing sugar plums, fairies and the like, silver bells and toy drums, strings of Christmas lights.
Creatures are stirring all throughout the house. Dark corners creeping. Do not fear the mouse. Something worse is here, right outside your door. These are not reindeer, hooves that scrape the floor.
Oh, what can punish thee, children so forlorn? Its fur is black, you see, blood-tipped are its horns. A beast so dark and dreadful comes on Christmas night. Children bad and sinful never see the light.
The season drips blood. The torture won't end. It's Christmas forever. The Krampus descends.
I like how it's not a novelty. I mean, you've got a real theme going on there.
Yeah, we're not a metal band covering a standard and playing it for laughs. We're writing our own carols.
Winter songs.
Right. Winter songs.
Well, what's the difference?
We want to make sure our Christmas songs hold on to their pagan roots.
Oh, like human sacrifices and shit.
That's a hurtful stereotype.
It's just, one of the ways I claim Christmas. One of the ways I took it back.
Took it back from whom?
From the commercialization. From religion. From family shit. I think that everyone goes through a phase where this season is just a fucking drag, It's loud. It's annoying. Everything not right in your life gets magnified. Every problem becomes worse. And sometimes you just say, fuck it. And bad shit happens. You get yourself into some bad, dark shit.
It's like Dylan said, there's so much pressure on the season on just 12 fucking days. Winter songs are about the entirety of it, December through February, the warmth and the bleakness, the light and the dark, the jolly old elf and the fearsome ancient monster. The only acceptable emotion in a Christmas carol is joy. Winter songs pay tribute to the sadness.
It's like in Rudolph. You don't know the true meaning of Christmas until you land on the island of misfit toys. I learned to love Christmas by accepting its monsters.
I am coming to all of your shows from now on.
You can help us write lyrics if you want.
You should write a song about Hungermas.
What's that?
Oh, it's one of the tortures of the Krampus. But, for fat little kids who don't deserve to be so plump and happy. Really? No one else knows that one?
Never heard of it.
Oh, okay. Well, if the Krampus comes to your house and finds you all fat and shit, he makes you sit on your hands all Christmas Day, even at the table during Christmas dinner, and you get nothing, and you go to bed hungry, and you learn not to be such a disgusting fat ass next year.
I really never heard of that.
Sounds like an awfully big commitment for the Krampus. Does he sit with you all Christmas Day?
What? No, he doesn't have to. It's if he catches you, sneaking a bit of food, he just appears magically behind you. He swoops over you and he drags you into the bathroom. He holds your head over the toilet and he forces his thick, hairy fingers into your mouth so that you puke.
Honey, I think that's unique to your family.
Maybe. Kind of like how Dylan's Krampus was called Blackbeard.
Yeah, maybe.
Did that story get told in your house a lot?
Every Christmas Eve.
Well, if that's not a case for some new traditions, I don't know what is.
Seriously.
What?
Well, that's pretty dark.
So, of course it's dark. What's the point if it's not dark and punitive? I mean, what? Demon guy comes to your house and what? Gives you candy? A back rub? No, he fucks your shit up. That's what he does.
Yeah, but not like that. Terrible.
Yeah. Just a light beating.
Maybe the sack.
Or the closet. Right off the living room so you can hear your brothers and sisters opening their gifts. And yours. because you don't deserve them.
Yeah. A beating, then the closet.
Can't get away with ruining Christmas for the family. If you cry or whine or talk back, the Krampus shows up and goes to work on you with his riding crop.
Truncheon.
Whip.
Claws.
Belt.
Fists. And once or twice, an empty bottle. A good one. With a thick, heavy base. A gift from a client or something. Something the Krampus saw you knock over or steal a sip from. Something like that. Yeah. I work Christmas Eve because fuck. I can't find anywhere else to fit, you know? I tried going home, but that was a fool's fucking errand. Every year, I'd be prepared. Expect the best and accept the worst. I couldn't get my arms wide enough to accept it all, so after a while, I'd only go back the year someone died, thinking that maybe that one was the catalyst, the problem. Nope. It's all of us. Oh, it's probably me too. So I started going to friends' houses, but you know, they have their own families and they can't host me every year. So I started to get passed around from friend to friend. Oh, I'll take him this year, and you'll take him next. I became the re-gifted man.
The legend of the fruitcake. I get it now.
There's a fruitcake legend?
Nobody actually likes fruitcake, so the legend is that they only ever made one. And it's just been passed around between people for decades. Never opened, never eaten, at best. Just displayed. Lonely on a cake platter among the foods everyone likes better.
You're not the fruitcake.
Get us drunk. You're the most important person in the group.
Well, it's nice to have a purpose. I asked her to sit down next to me. There's nothing like a bar on Christmas Eve. A string of lights and a glass of whiskey, and no one's got a better place to be. We're here because there's no way home. Even if there was, we'd have to travel alone, because that way lies a special hell, where doom and despair and the Krampus dwell.
That old house is where the sinking starts. Names are written in window frost and held within a crooked heart. Among what's familiar, you just feel lost.
There are memories you pick and choose through the years that are haunting you.
In corners are shadows that grow over time, concealing a monster that sends chills up your spine.
He's got a list that's written in red for all the lies that you told and the tears that you shed.
And the shape in the doorway is all too familiar, though distorted by rage-bared fangs and cheap liquor.
After the punishment's done, no present can soothe you, for the sickness inside turns tight like a screw.
And the loathing settles there for the rest of your life.
Because Christmas Eve is the Krampus's night.
We all knew the story of the Krampus.
Well, we all had parents, didn't we?
Shadow in my doorway didn't have horns.
I doubt it needed them.
It didn't have the tongue.
It had whiskey breath, though.
Knew I was a faggot even before I did.
So, did the Krampus ever visit you all at times other than Christmas?
No, but mischievous, injurious spirits did. Haints did.
Poltergeists.
Widoshins.
Alls. They steal the organs of women who've just given birth. They kill mothers, and the children have to carry that burden for the rest of their lives. Your birth summoned a monster that will follow you forever. And sometimes at night, when the loss and the anger are too great and your father has retreated to some dark place, leaving you unprotected, leaving you vulnerable, the all returns. It marks you forever.
For me, it was always the Krampus, all the time. Always just outside my bedroom door. All year long, unseasonable, though that may be.
Mm-hmm. Some winter monsters find a way to hang around for a while. Like a stubborn patch of ice in the spring. A really late thaw. A curse.
Nothing blunts trauma like a folk tale, and nothing can make you sick like a tradition. You don't blame your daddy. You don't blame your mommy. You blame the story they told you to set you straight in the first place. If you can give them a little bit of credit, they warned us it was coming. If you're a bad little boy or bad little girl, you're going to get what's coming to you.
Oh, this fucked Christmas so much harder than I wanted it to be fucked.
Aha, so you admit it.
I wanted to see it squirm. I didn't want to see it die.
Hey, it's not dead. It's fucking far from it. What's out there now? We all set it in our way. I was the monster under our bed. I was whatever made Maria into a bug. That's because I had my own monster visiting me every night. No more. Jane, you wanted a new tradition. Then right here, this moment, we swear to never tell anyone the story of the Krampus again. No one. Not our kids, if you're having them. And if not kids, then whatever. Nephews, godchildren, or adults. Whoever you love. You don't pass this story down. And you sure as fucking hell don't make it real. You end the curse. You start a new tradition. You find a better goddamn story.
And we make some time to meet here Christmas Eve to relax and drink and screw around, and we wake up Christmas morning a hell of a lot happier than our parents. Raise your glasses. Fuck the Krampus.
Fuck the Krampus.
Fuck the Krampus!
Do we have to change the name of the band?
You got shows booked?
One.
Do the show and then change the name.
To what?
How about Wendigo? We could change the band name to Wendigo. It's still Winter Beast.
Oh my God, that's genius.
What's a Wendigo?
A demon that enters your body if you're forced to commit cannibalism. It turns you into this huge white-furred monster.
Wait, forced? How does one get forced to eat a person?
Let's say you're hunting with your buddy Dan, and it's winter, and you get snowed in, like in a cave or a cabin, and you run out of, I don't know, possum jerky or something, and, well, Dan starts looking pretty good.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It's Canadian.
It's settled. We're Wendigo now. Fuck the Krampus.
Oh, fuck the Krampus.
Fuck the Krampus.
That bastard can choke on my fuck.
Well said. Drink up, and whoever's got another song, stand up and start singing. I want to be halfway to joyous and 3/4 past drunk before the clock strikes 12.
A round was bought, and then another. And there were songs and there was laughter. And as the hours fell behind them and Christmas bells began to chime in, stumbling forms left tracks in the snow on the way, on the way, on the way home. A little bit drunker than they thought they'd be, but lighter than snowflakes caught in the breeze. It may be a pattern hid in tradition that creeps in the night to terrify children. But if we refuse to continue the cycle and let violence be left to the brutal and vile, we can give to ourselves what they never had. A morning of peace, just lying in bed, and all of the joy that waits in the day after a night filled with friends that kept the Krampus away. And Christmas becomes what we always wanted. A day we feel loved instead of helpless and haunted. End of play.
Stockings hung in twos and fours, Santa and Mrs. Claus, Frosty's here to marry you, and Elvis sings of Christmas blues. It's hard to be so alone when you see the first snowfall. Blankets are big enough for two. Tied in a bow, berries, leaves, and mistletoe. If you're alone for Christmas, the problem is you. If no one will love you on Christmas, then no one will love you through the year. If no one will love you on Christmas, then no one will love you through. Wants a kiss, but deserves only sorrow.